A door of black iron and starlight, standing free in the middle of a frozen Tokyo street. No wall around it, no building behind it. Nothing on this earth built it. And tonight, for the first time in 19 nights, it exists. In Kazuki Arai's hand, the night key burned violet, the rare drop he'd carried since the den, with the item description that kept him up at night, opens a door that does not exist yet. Tonight, the fine print came due.
Once you open it, you can't unknow what's on the other side.
He'd spent 4 years failing to build worlds. Tonight, he was breaking into the office of whatever built this one.
Previously on Player Zero, the hidden patch notes opened and listed every tutorial administrator of every world before this one. Status, all of them decommissioned. The moderator audited him. He passed, barely, hiding Rin the whole time. The system smiled, logged the result, and set up an observation post directly across from his konbini. But first, the 19 nights it took to get here. Player Zero, Episode 5, The Door That Does Not Exist.
Reminder, observation is for your protection, Administrator. Please behave normally.
Day 19. The watchtower hummed across the street, golden wireframe pretending very hard to be street furniture. Behaving normally, with a God's security camera pointed at your register, turns out to be a skill.
Which is why the War Council for the most important burglary in human history convened in the only place with no line of sight, the konbini's walk-in freezer. Strategy between the ice cream and the frozen gyoza. History would forgive the venue.
The door only comes on a quiet night. No nests, no hunts, nothing for the system to point at. There hasn't been a quiet night since you woke up.
19 nights, 19 nests. That wasn't bad luck, that was scheduling.
So Kazuki opened the ledger, went to the spawn tables, and found the loophole of his life. He couldn't stop the system spawning nests, but every spawner checks one flag before it fires. Is this slot already occupied? A harvested core says yes.
You want to beat a god with inventory management?
He was already filling a shopping basket with monster cores. So yes he did.
Night 19, the frozen hour, Tokyo. First target, a nest under a Shinjuku parking garage. He set a core down at its mouth like an offering, and the spawner read the room, checked its flag, and went back to sleep. Occupied.
Shibuya, under the crossing. Rin watched the dark while he worked. 14 nests across the city, 1 frozen hour, and a plan with exactly 0 margin for the system getting curious.
Administrator, your quest log tonight is empty. Explain.
He told it he was taking a wellness day. The pause that followed was 4 seconds long. He aged a year per second.
The last core clicked into place at 3:31. They walked to the middle of the avenue and just listened. 2 minutes left, and a city with nothing scheduled to scream.
Scheduled spawns, 0. This is irregular.
3:33 and 0 seconds, and for the first time in 19 nights, total silence. No howls, no shadow crawling between the cars. The frozen street held its breath, and so did they.
Then, the air in the middle of the street remembered something it had been ordered to forget. Black iron, starlight in the seams. The door that does not exist, quietly, politely, existed.
Night key resonating. Compatible lock detected. Notice, this door is not in any registry. This door does not exist.
The key pulled toward the lock like it was going home.
The iron swung inward without a sound, and the street filled with starlight that had never touched the sky, light from somewhere before.
Stay close and touch nothing that glows.
They stepped through, into the antechamber of the origin gate, a hall of golden wireframe vaster than cities, hanging over a void of stars, and lining its walls in both directions, past the reach of sight. Doors.
Archive. Bridge 001. Complete. Bridge 002. Complete. Bridge 003. Complete. Bridge.
Thousands of doors, almost all of them dark.
It took him a long moment to understand the architecture. These weren't exits, they were records. Every dead door was a world the system had already crossed into and already finished. A whole way of trophies hummed by something that calls itself a game. Rin stopped walking, one door among thousands, dark like the others, cold like the others, its lock melted to slag, sealed from this side a very long time ago. She didn't say anything for a while.
It was greener than here. That's all I remember anymore. Kazuki, for maybe the first time in his life, knew exactly when not to make a joke.
The system is a bridge. The system grows a game layer over a world. The system tunes an anchor. When the anchor is ready, the system pulls the world through. The walls were telling the truth a tutorial never would.
Tutorial Administrator. He'd worn the title like a cheat code for 19 nights, read the hidden tooltips, felt special. But the anchor isn't the hero of the tutorial. The anchor is the doorstop that the bridge gets built on.
Anchor integrity, 94%. A panel the size of a stadium, tracking a single number. He didn't have to ask what it was measuring. It was measuring him.
Now you know what you are to it.
94% ready, 6% left of being just Kazuki awry.
Unauthorized presence in the antechamber, deploying custodian. Then every line of gold in the hall bent toward them like iron filings finding a magnet. The doors hummed in their frames. Not metaphorically, the hall was looking.
It assembled itself out of the architecture, a giant of ancient golden wireframe, asymmetric, half its lattice rotted with black smoke, white eyes, white core, something the moderator might call grandfather, if either of them believed in family. Its arm came down like a collapsing bridge. The walkway they'd been standing on stopped being a walkway, then stopped being anywhere. They were dodging architecture now. The antechamber, it turned out, had no opinions about down. Rin ran along a wall that decided to be her floor, katana low, while gravity filed a complaint nobody read.
Ledger analysis. Corruption is structural. Left side, armor. Right side, rot. After its third strike, the core vents. Exposure window, 2 seconds. While the giant rewrote gravity, Kazuki did the thing he was actually good at. He read.
Third strike. Call it.
She carved through a smoke-rotted tendon the width of a train car, and the giant's right arm forgot its own geometry.
Strike 3. The core vented white in the wreckage of its chest. Kazuki stepped off a ceiling that used to be a wall and fell up, blade first, 2 seconds on the clock. 19 nights of grinding, 1 borrowed sword stance, and 4 million yen of spite went through the white core, all the way through.
Custodian eliminated.
The hall screamed in geometry. Down the infinite wall, doors slammed shut like falling dominoes, and theirs had started to swing closed, with them still half a mile of collapsing walkway away. They hit wet asphalt as the door sealed itself out of existence behind them. Almost dawn, suspended rain, and then, for the first time since they'd met, Rin Kurosawa laughed.
Inventory management.
The laugh died mid-breath. Across the street, between the hanging raindrops, stood the moderator, ring halo turning, patient as furniture. It hadn't just found them, it had watched the whole thing.
Deviation logged. Anchor stability compromised. Recalculating deployment schedule. Initiating Player 1 protocol. Early. The customer service warmth was gone. This was the system, reading out a verdict. Global awakening. Now. Not in 11 days, not at the end of a fair tutorial with the head start he was promised. Now.
Across Tokyo, in the middle of the morning rush, a salaryman glanced at his wristwatch. It stuttered. Every hand, every digit, flipped to 3:33. Then, the station boards. Every departure board in Shinjuku flipped at once. Destinations, delays, platforms, every row the same impossible time. Somewhere, a child pointed at the sky. And the sky answered. Over the whole skyline in broad daylight, 7 billion system windows bloomed at once. Blue petals opening over every street, every tower, every person on Earth. Kazuki Arai and Rin Kurosawa stood back to back as the world woke up screaming into its blue panels. 30 days of head start, he got 19. Game on. 7 billion players just logged in. One of them has read the patch notes. Player 0 will continue. Awakening Days.